All right, Detroit Lions lose to the Miami Dolphins at home after leading as much as 14-0, I believe. Let's talk about it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all the notifications, increase your chance of notifications. We go live or drop video. And we knew it would be a tough matchup with Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill. They both went off. Tua magically turned into a gunslinger today, playing the Detroit Lions defense. He only had 7 incompletions. Is that right? Yep. 382, 3 touchdowns, only sacked twice. They didn't run the ball with a lot of success by one single back, but spread the ball around pretty good. 12 catches by Hill, 188. 8 catches by Waddle, 106 and 2 touchdowns. They got a fumble. They had a fumble. It was lost. So look at all this stuff. Lions didn't turn the football over. Miami turned it over once. You talk about the penalties was big. We had 6 for 30. They had 7 for 55, and I think 6 of them was declined in the first half. We was 3 for 4 in the red zone. They was 3 for 3. They ran the ball more than we did. They ran it 26 times. We ran it 19 times. We had better yards per average. And it's just, kind of talking about the offense. It's just about Ben Johnson he just got to learn where his strength is at. He's getting away from running the football, and that was the issue. Obviously, DeAndre Swift wasn't healthy enough to be out there. We'll get to that. But Goff, 10 incompletions, 27, 37, 321, 1 touchdown. He just not a guy that can go point for point all game. He good for like a half, a quarter, or whatever. Jamal Williams, 10 carries, 53 yards. Swift, 5 carries, 6 yards. Hockenson, 3 catches for 80. He was the leader in the clubhouse. Amar Ra had 7 catches for 69 yards. Swift caught a touchdown. Khalif Raymond, 3 catches for 76 yards. So, Mac Rodriguez, he recovered a fumble. He had 7 tackles, 5 solo, 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss. And he had a deflection. They probably not going to give it to him on that Tyreek middle of the field in and out route. Kirby Joseph, he caused the fumble. Shout out to him. But, you knew the Lions weren't going to win this game when they jumped up like they did. The same way versus Minnesota. They don't know how to sustain a lead, where they come back and they can't make the comeback 100%. So I don't think it was a shocker to nobody about that. It's just to the point where a lot of people going to point to the defense, and rightfully so. They couldn't sustain the lead today. So it is what it is. Or they couldn't, get a stop. And I believe they got Charles Harris today and a few other guys. You need all hands on deck when you're playing a team with that speed at receiver. And you don't have the backfield with Edmonds and Raheem Morris. That's a ton of speed that you're playing with. They had a fake punt in there too as well. So that last play where they picked up the first down to Tyreek, not that one, but the one where before it iced the game where he was like on a little like wheel route or whatever. They had Romeo Core matched up on Tyreek Hill. So and then the 4th down play with Jared Goff taking a shot to Josh Reynolds, knowing that's not what he do well. And then, I don't know if it was supposed to be back shoulder, it was adjustment to the front shoulder, but he was just off a little bit. It's not a good football team, simple as that. Just something fluky about Goff. Can't put his finger on it. He just don't make enough plays, I would guess. With Tua, had way more weapons on the side than Goff did, and it's easy. You throwing it to Tyreek Hill and them, and historically, For this season, he don't really throw it. He don't really throw it, he don't really throw it, like that. He had 9 touchdowns. I know he didn't play a whole bunch of games, but he had 6 touchdowns versus Baltimore coming into the game. Um, and they had came from behind in that game. No other game this season had he had more than 1 touchdown until he played the Detroit Lions. You look at his yards per average; it was a season high, 10.6. Second closest was Buffalo at 10.3. So 10.6. You know what I'm saying? So, um, difficult containing that speed on the outside, and they made him something until he ain't. He looked like an accurate gunslinger. You know what I'm saying? Throwing those little passes, those little 10 to 15-yard passes, the slants, the post, and all that type of stuff. And you just know golf. The same thing was kind of with Stafford. You know Stafford can go point for point with the best of them. You knew it. Knew the defense was gonna have to get a stop. You knew he was gonna have to get a big play from Javid Best or whoever it was in the backfield. And today, DeAndre Swift didn't provide that big play. He still hurt. They were talking about he don't know the difference between being hurt and being injured. He hurt. When he injured, excuse me. Because he played, the 3 weeks. He was banged up through 3 weeks. Then he got hurt in one of those early games in the Eagles. So I mean, like I said before, it was just to the point where you can't rely on him. And he should have sat out another week. Honestly, he was terrible out there. He was terrible. He ran. He didn't look fluid. He didn't look fast. It looked like he was running with luggage on his back. And obviously, it should have just been a Jamal Williams show today. That's what it should have been, a Jamal Williams show. But golf can't be in no shootout. And if you can't outdo a toe attack of the Warrior, who you really gonna outdo it in? I know he had a lot of weapons, but who you really gonna go point for point with? And if they got a big play for DeAndre Swift, that would have been the difference in them winning the game. But he injured, so and then you won't get no explosive plays from nobody outside of Amon-Ra St. Brown. And I guess they figure out that's what Jameson Williams gonna come in there, but they gotta find them a quarterback, perfect somebody that can run and throw. I think that'll be the difference in games like this. Especially if they don't hurry up and shore up their defense. I mean, they can use help at all 3 levels. They can use another DB. They can use a line. Obviously, a couple linebackers. Rodriguez is good, but can still use some more. And they can use some, better interior, pass rusher. Dude that can do it all, run stopper. They can use another edge rusher. So it's a lot of things they can continue to use. But you knew they was gonna lose this game. You knew it. And Ben Johnson like to get up on points and keep throwing the damn football. You know what I'm saying? Instead of running the football. You get up 14-0, slow it down and start grinding it out. That's what I say. Slow it down and start grinding it out. You get up 14-0, you so happen to get the ball back, run the ball. Start playing start playing the clock. That's what I would like to see them kind of do more of. Instead of he just threw it way too much, 37 pass attempts. And I don't want to hear that shit. They was coming from behind, excuse my language, but I don't want to hear it. They just throw the ball too damn much. Run the ball. Dude was averaging over 5 yards a carry. Jamal Williams, run it. You get up. You don't have a quarterback that can go point for point. You don't have a defense that can make a stop. So help the defense, help the quarterback out, run the football. You got a big physical offensive line who created holes, run the football. They keep wanting to throw it around. I mean, Josh Reynolds, he obviously not 100%. Khalif Raymond usually don't even be out there for most teams as a viable receiver. He don't. So it just don't make no sense where he making the same mistakes. They run up 14-0. And if they do come back and score 7 points, keep running the fucking football. Keep just running. You know what I'm saying? Run the football. They got the illusion they can be out here and be high fly, running gun, Mike Martz, St. Louis Rams offense. You're not that. You know what I'm saying? You're not that. After you jump up the way you do, change the pace and start handing it off to the running back. Find a running back on the screens. Find the receivers on the screens. Get that offensive line going downhill. You couldn't go point for point with them. Jared Goff coming in with a pea shooter. This dude coming in with a 50-round drum. You know what I'm saying? He got more ammunition in Modern Warfare 2 drop Friday. How you gonna compete? How you gonna compete with that? He got Tyreek. He got, Jalen Waddle. That alone, you can't compete with that. You love Amon-Ra St. Brown, but he ain't better than neither one of them. And neither is Josh Reynolds, neither is Khalif Raymond. None of them. You can't match them speed for speed. So your best bet is to keep them on the sideline, grind the clock out, keep grinding it out, get them lethargic. So, you can get strip fumbles. You get them out of rhythm. And hopefully your defense can get stops when you take them out of the rhythm. But this offensive coordinator, Ben Johnson, is under the impression that he got a high-flying offense. When you're a really good running team. Borderline great if you actually run the football. So, defense is what it is. It lacked talent. It lacked health. No Levon Azorki, no Romeo Core, no Charles Harris, no Tracy Walker. What else do you expect? A defense that's already thin on talent, you're missing critical pieces. It's going to take Pascal to get some time to get in the rhythm. So, it is what it is. I knew they was going to lose the game, even when they was up the way they was up. This is just what they do. It's not a mindset as far as, well, they need to do a better job at closing the game or the mental errors and all. No, it's just that the offensive coordinator just keep making the damn same mistakes, bro. Run the damn football. Stop trying to throw around and like Jared Goff is touchdown Jesus. He's not. Keep running it. When you up, next time you get it, run it. But check out Detroit Lions post-game reaction plays, Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, the subscribe button. It's the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance of notifications. We go live, drop video. Financially going to support the channel. Cash App, $, CJ Good 313, Venmo, CJ Good 313, PayPal description. Hit the link tree. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.